Welcome to the Botch Squad podcast, everybody. I'm your host, Gina Man 94. First of all, I want to welcome any new subscribers, any new viewers to the channel. Your support is very much appreciated, and I thank you guys for coming in and watching my videos. And we're about to get into this Raw review for June 27th, 2016. I did not enjoy this Raw. I'm sorry. I understand what they were trying to do here at certain points, but this Raw was just not enjoyable. A few good segments here and there, but other than that, man, it wasn't really nothing to write home about. So Raw kicked off with Seth Rollins coming out talking about the Shield triple threat that's going to happen at Battleground, and he just couldn't get away from talking about Roman Reigns. So of course, he got into the whole Roman Reigns being suspended for violating the wellness policy. He was even analyzing the tweet that he sent out saying, that he's been the one to own Roman Reigns, because in the tweet Roman said that he owned what he did, and Seth's like, man, I've been owning you since WrestleMania 31 when I cashed in the Money in the Bank contract. So he was pretty much just chopping up everything Roman Reigns said, and so after that, Dean Ambrose came out, and I have a problem with Dean Ambrose. It's not really him, it's the crowd. The crowd did not give a damn about Dean Ambrose tonight, not even a second. So, he came out saying, everybody makes mistakes, just like him being friends with Seth was a mistake. Roman made a mistake, and, he's paying the price for it. He apologized, and whatever. Can't take it back now. And, he was talking about the triple threat still being on, and, as far as he knows, because Seth was trying to make it just a one-on-one match. Since Roman got suspended, he was like, he shouldn't even be in the match anymore. Why is he even in the match still? He should be gone, just like he's gone right now. So then AJ Styles comes out, and I'm just thinking, oh boy, they're about to add AJ Styles to this match. I really hope they're not going to do it. So he came out saying, they need to remove Reigns from the match and add him in. Why not? They should do it. Saying, he beat Cena in the Dream match, and now he should be in this match because he deserves it. And then, of course, whoop-a-doo! John Cena came out. Of course he came out. Saying, Dean Ambrose is a fighting champion. He would fight friends, foes, but will he fight the franchise? Cena once again putting himself over, saying he's the franchise, the top guy in WWE, even though he isn't champion. It's like, well, will you take me on? Since you're such a fighting champion. And he was trying to make it a fatal five-way, since AJ wanted to insert himself in the match and Reigns was still in it. And Seth was having none of this. He was getting pissed off every time somebody came out. And then Stephanie McMahon came out. Said she had a solution for this. She said Seth Rollins would face John Cena and AJ Styles would face Dean Ambrose. And if they win, they'll be added to the match. You have to earn your way into the match. And Dean Ambrose was fine with it. He said, doesn't matter to him. He'll fight whoever. So now we get the first match. Charlotte and Dana Brooke versus Sasha Banks and Paige. This match was just a throwaway match, because they had Dana Brooke in the match to take the pin, or if, they needed them to win the match, they had Paige in it. Like, this match made no sense to me. Sasha and Paige started off in control, then of course Charlotte and Dana took over. This seems to be the theme with every match, of course, so pretty much Sasha Banks made Dana Brooke tap out with the bank statement, which everybody thought was banned, which it's not, because she used it tonight. But I got a problem with the women's division too. Yeah, you take it. You add some more NXT people. You make a new belt. You stop calling them divas. And you're trying to give them a chance, right? Alright, cool. But they're not relevant, man. Nobody cared about this. All they cared about was Sasha Banks, to be honest with you. That was it. Nobody cares about Paige. Paige is becoming the new Natalya. She used to have the Divas Championship. Well, that's what it used to be called. And she hasn't won it since. Dana Brooke is just Charlotte's lapdog. And then, they're teasing the match between Sasha Banks and Charlotte, but nobody knows when they're exactly going to do it. And it's just like, they got women like Becky Lynch and, like I said, Natalya, who just looking like idiots out there. They're not giving them a chance to shine, okay? They're giving Charlotte and Sasha Banks the chance to shine, and that's it. That's it. That's really it. And it's getting real aggravating. But anyway, moving on. Rusev versus Titus O'Neil. Again, I'm tired of seeing these two fight now. It's been 3 times in the last 2 weeks. They fought at Money in the Bank. They fought the night after Money in the Bank, and now they're fighting this week. Titus came out and he like punched the fuck out of Rusev. Like he hit him dead in the mouth before the match even started. As soon as he got in the ring, he just boom knocked him. And they start fighting. They eventually fought their way outside the ring. And Rusev went for a clothesline. Titus moved out the way, and Rusev went over the barricade and got counted out. So Titus actually beat Rusev by a count out. So I guess they're gonna have another match, because why the hell not? This whole Raw was really making me mad, in case you guys haven't figured that out by now. Steph backstage, and Kane returned, Corporate Kane. And, he's trying to throw his name into the hat to run SmackDown. And Steph is just like, no, if anybody's going to run SmackDown, it's going to be me. They're still bringing back old general managers and old corporate people to potentially put their name in the hat to be a general manager. But Steph and Shane are having none of that. Shane wasn't even on this Raw tonight. He was on vacation again, I guess. Whatever. I'm not even going to go there. So then The Miz and Maurice pop up. And Miz is complaining about his treatment because he returned to Raw, saying, where's the red carpet? Where's the press? Where's the media? Nobody was covering it. And their driver didn't even open the door for him. And, him and Kane got the arguing back and forth. And then Steph was like, well, you know what? Because Kane brought up the point about Miz defending his title every 30 days, which that rule doesn't even apply to anybody, because Brock Lesnar was able to not defend his title for, 3-4 months? And he didn't get stripped of the title, but they brought that rule into play, and Steph said that Miz will fight tonight against a random opponent. So that was going to happen later. Then we get the first match, John Cena versus Seth Rollins. If John Cena wins this match, he's inserted into the triple threat match, making it a fatal 4-way match at Battleground. This match was pretty good. The crowd was kind of invested in this match. Good back and forth, a lot of reversals, good offense from both of them. But the more important parts of this match was when the club came out to distract Cena, and AJ was able to I said AJ, I'm so sorry. And Seth was able to pick up the victory on a distracted John Cena when he hit the pedigree. So Cena is not inserted into the match at Battleground, and his rivalry is going to continue with AJ Styles. Now, we saw later on tonight how the match with AJ went, and we'll talk about that in a bit. Enzo and Cass buried these two jobbers. But after the match, the Social Outcasts came out claiming they weren't soft, they were hard. And I was in a group chat throughout Raw, and we just went crazy with this. It was just hilarious. We kept saying everybody was hard, and it was just like a sexual innuendo that was just taken way too far. It was hilarious. Oh man, we were still laughing about it during the main event. Like, everybody was hard. It was just freaking incredible. It was so funny. But Social Outcast tried to attack Enzo and Cass. Cass with that big boot don't give no fucks. And Heath Slater caught a boot to the face, and they ran away saying they wasn't soft, they were hard. We've repackaged the hard gimmick, and now it's HAWT, hard, or HAWD, yeah, hard. Whatever. Summer Rae versus Becky Lynch. The match didn't even start. As soon as Becky Lynch got into the ring, she left the ring and went right after Natalya, who was on commentary. Before that happened, she said she was tired of trusting people and blah blah blah. Nobody really cares. The highlight reel with Jericho, his guests were Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. They both came out. They were mad. They weren't smiling at all, and they were very serious. Sami Zayn said this rivalry needs to end so they both can move on with their careers. And if they're going to keep fighting, they're both going to hinder each other, because Kevin Owens couldn't win the Rumble because of Dean Ambrose. What the fuck is wrong with me? Because of Sami Zayn, he couldn't win. He lost his IC championship at WrestleMania because of Sami Zayn, and he didn't win the Money in the Bank match because of Sami Zayn. Kevin Owens starts talking about, Zayn is just jealous of him because even though he was in WWE like a year and a half before he was, he was just angry when he got there and reached so much success in such a short period of time, and even got called up to the main roster before he did. And he said Sami Zayn is the reason for their relationship ending, because their friendship ending, because he says he wasn't jealous when Sami Zayn was able to get to WWE before him. He was happy for him, but Sami wasn't happy for him. So they both agreed to the match at a Battleground. And they super kicked Jericho because he was just talking mad trash, his old, I am the best in the world at everything that I do. Don't you understand what I'm saying to you? And then, his whole, I'm going to give you guys what you've all been waiting for and thriving for. The gift of Jericho. Drink it in, man. Drink it in. And they got tired of him talking, so they both super kicked him, looked at each other, and left. So now it's time for the Intercontinental Championship match. The Miz versus a questionable opponent, a mystery opponent. And it was Demon Kane. Nobody cared. Nobody cared about Kane. Nobody cared about this match. Maurice faked an injury on the apron, and Miz went to tend to her and got counted out. In the back, Miz is trying to make sure Maurice is okay, and she says she was just acting. Miz was like, this is why I love you, whatever, nobody cares. So we had another pointless match. Cesaro and Apollo Crews versus Sheamus and Alberto Del Rio. Sheamus and Del Rio used to be in the league of whatever, and they're still not getting along, and it was evident in this match. The crowd was dead for this match. Like, there was really no chance until the end of the match when Del Rio kicked Sheamus, because they had been bickering the whole match. There was a C chant. They were just like, C, C, C. So I don't know if Del Rio is trying to get on the crowd side or whatever. But Sheamus pretty much took the pinfall to Apollo Crews. Again, nobody cared. JoJo was backstage with Dean Ambrose talking about the match. And then Stephanie gets the fucking audacity to interrupt this interview to bury Dean Ambrose, because nobody is giving him credit. The crowd isn't really caring that he's champion. It's just like a bad time for him, and I feel bad because I think he can be a great champion, but it seems like he's just a transitional champion at this point. They just wanted the briefcase to be gone, and they wanted him to have a successful cash-in so that all three members of the Shield could be credited with a WWE World Heavyweight Championship victory. And that's the exact reason I think they gave Dean the title. Not because they believe in him, but, just because the Shield, all of them have been champions, so now this triple threat match could go either way. But yeah, Stephanie got the audacity to just be burying Dean Ambrose. So I'm like, why does she continue to do this? Like, she did it with Charlotte, and now she's doing it with Dean. Talking about she hopes he loses the title, and this and that, and all this other stuff. Like, I hate the fact that you're champion, and you despise me. Like, why? Why is all that necessary? Like, come on. That ain't even necessary. So, a bright spot in Raw, I guess, the New Day pop up, and they do the whole Wyatt's thing where, they're just like, we're here, and they come out, they're all dressed up like the Wyatts. I think Big E was dressed like, who was it, Harper? No, Xavier's dressed as Harper, Kofi was dressed as Rowan, and then, I guess Big E was dressed, I don't know how he was dressed, he ain't had no shoes on, and he had, some he had some overalls on, some jean overalls. I don't know. He was outrageous. He ain't had no shoes or socks on. He was out of control. But they came out. Kofi and Big E were dancing and stuff. Xavier was kind of pretending he was into it, but you could just tell there was something wrong with him. There's been something wrong ever since the Wyatts popped, since they interrupted the Wyatts last week or something. But, they get in the ring talking about how dirty the Wyatts are and, all this other stuff. But Xavier's like, all right, yeah, guys, this is fun, but, yeah, we should probably leave now. And they're like, no, what you talking about? We're having too much fun. We're going to roast them all night. So then the Wyatts came out, and, he's just talking about how does the power of positivity work for people losing their jobs and people losing loved ones and all of that. It doesn't work like that. And they go on to say, well, the power of positivity is a way of life. And then he notices that Xavier's shook up and scared. He's like, what about you, Xavier? How do you feel about all this, man? And Xavier's just like shying away, like backing up, like, nah, man, I don't want no parts of you, none. And I don't know what's gonna happen with Xavier. Like, there's something wrong. He looks depressed. Maybe his gaming channel ain't getting the views he wanted or something. I don't know. But pretty much he just said that the New Day is gonna fall. So I guess they're gonna eventually fight at Battleground. I don't know if Luke Harper is gonna come back yet. I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know if he's still injured or not, but whatever. But now we get to the main event. Dean Ambrose versus AJ Styles. If AJ Styles beats Dean Ambrose, he is inserted into the triple threat match, making it a fatal 4-way match. Match was alright. I kind of didn't care about the match, to be honest. Raw was just so pointless all night. I just really didn't care for this main event. And I should have, because these two are great, but I didn't. But let's just talk about the ending, because, the match was what it was. At the end, the club came out once again to distract Dean Ambrose, so AJ could pick up the easy victory. But that wasn't the case, because John Cena came out to attack the club, and then AJ got distracted and eventually got hit with the dirty deeds. And like I thought, Dean Ambrose picked up the victory, so AJ Styles is not inserted into the triple threat match. And I'm guessing him and Cena are going to have another match at Battleground, which makes sense because, their rivalry is progressing. After this, though, the club pretty much was attacking Cena for butting in and costing AJ the match. They hit the Magic Killer on the top of the entrance ramp, and then Seth Rollins got in the ring and hit 2 pedigrees on Dean Ambrose. Like I said, man, Raw couldn't keep my attention. Like, I was more interested in the Discord chat than I was, like, as Raw was going on. It couldn't keep my attention. I could really care less about tonight's Raw. I understand they were trying to progress some storylines. I get it. Becky and Natalya, okay, progressing their storylines. AJ and Cena, they both costed each other, their respective matches, so their rivalry can get more intense. I got it. They're building up hype for the triple threat, even though Roman Reigns is suspended. I got it. Alright, cool. Sheamus and Apollo Crews rivalry is continuing. Alright, fine. But just like the way it's presented, it's just like, no, we don't really care. Oh, I can't speak for anybody else. I really didn't care. And they got 3 or 4 more weeks before Battleground happens, so something's got to catch our attention sooner than later. But I want to know how you guys felt about tonight's Raw. Go ahead and comment down in the comment section below. Leave a like on the video for your boy out here doing these Raw reviews. I do appreciate you guys if you've made it this far watching me. And go ahead and slap that like button and that subscribe button. And I'll talk to you guys later on. Thank you once again. Peace.